Traders, good morning and welcome to the 44 Trading Room. Welcome to a beautiful Friday. Yes, that's right. End of the week. And we are looking forward to seeing everybody here in the room today and having a great weekend here. We got a lot of volatility in the market today and should be a great trading day here. We got the futures higher this morning. We'll talk about that and more, but wanted to just say good morning to everybody here and in the YouTube trading room this morning. Great to have everybody here. Thank you for joining. And thank you for being part of the room. All right, let's talk about these markets here. We'll get things started here. We'll talk about Asia and the overseas and the overnight session, where we saw the Nikkei climb 23 points. Hong Kong Hang Seng up 234.53, and the Shanghai and China up 54.66. Europe still in session. German DAX down 6.54 points. FTSE in UK up 7, and CAC 40 in Paris up 8.54. Combine that with Asia, and you've got five markets up, one market down, putting pressure to the upside on the U.S. futures, and that's exactly what we have. Dow futures this morning up 156, NASDAQ futures up 43, and the S&P futures up 15 3/4, 15.75. Oil up 14 cents. That's kind of a push, 63.66 per barrel. And oh yeah, if you're in the gold patch this morning, well, we're down again. 33.68 per troy ounce, $13.60 to the downside. Silver's down 23 pennies, 23.4. Copper's down, platinum's down, palladium is the only precious that's up. Headline news, stock futures up slightly, like we just talked about, ahead of Powell's Jackson Hole speech. And Powell will speak, I think it's today, at, let's see, we're Eastern time. I don't know what time he's on. I was going to say probably mid-morning, mid-afternoon. Maybe DV will have that here. As he comes in. But we've got Federal Reserve Jerome Powell speaking today in Jackson Hole. Cracker Barrel out with a new logo. People don't like it. And really, that's about it here this morning. John Deere, which is a nicey stock here, talking about weaker demand, increasing investment here, kind of at a crossroad. And that's about it this morning. So we're going to have to, some of these stocks are going to have to stand on their own. Market's going to be up. That's good for direction-wise. We'll see if that lasts and then kind of roll from there. Couple of stocks here this morning before we get into that. Good morning to all here. Clifton, good morning. Happy Friday. Steve, good morning. Andy, good morning. Mark, good morning. Brian, good morning. Divide, good morning to you. Great to see everybody here. DVG, Clifton. All right. Couple of stocks here that I really like this morning. We're going to start with Zoom right here over 76. That's CM coming in with some good earnings. 76. Hopefully get it maybe pulled back a little bit, get a little bit better price, but we'll see and watch and wait. WDAY, we're going to be shorting this stock. This is probably my favorite one this morning on the short side here. You heard it right. Shorting the stock here under 214 this morning. I almost think you can close your eyes and press the short button. You're going to be good. Now, into it, INTU, those of you that can afford the stock here, this is going to be right under 648, right at the get-go here on INTU. So we'll post this alert here, short INTU. Let me grab it again here. INTU short under 648 and small share size to start here because we're right at the bottom of the barrel on INTU. And then last but not least, Ross on the retail side, Ross Stores here, ROST retailer, like it long this morning, 151, add 152, and maybe we start to see a little bit higher here. If you look at this stock here on the daily and see where 151 makes a difference here, we get over that 150 mark, and we've got clear sailing up to probably 155 or so. So really like this stock here as we start this Friday. Going to close out a good week here. I've had a really nice trading week so far. A lot of work went in this week. It wasn't easy, but we're here. The only other stock I'm watching this morning is CVE, and that stock is higher this morning. I'm watching Coin, RLX, and ENPH. All right, I hear DVG here this morning. I know he's got a couple of things he wants to talk about, and we'll get this day started. Should be a great Friday. I'm looking forward to trading with everybody, and everybody make sure they have a great and safe weekend. Come back safe on Monday when we tackle these markets again for another week.
Hey, Scott, you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you just fine. Thank you. And yourself?
I can hear you perfectly. How'd
Okay.
it go?
Yeah, it went fine. Yep,
Good,
perfect.
good,
Nope,
good.
no problems. So everything's fine, and looking forward to getting back today to um,
Right on.
obviously profitability today. So let's focus on that as we get this day started.
Yeah, look, today is the day. Um, we've got Jerome Powell speaking at 10 o'clock, and I'm going to keep some powder dry until then. So I'm not going to be eagerly jumping into some things. Obviously, some news from NVIDIA and the chip space. They're going to halt the H20 chips or whatever. And we're seeing that being reflected. That said, I might be more interested now, depending on what happens at this particular get together at Jackson Hole. Also, a little bit of a surprise is there's going to be some mystery announcement from Donald Trump at noon. So I think there could be some contingencies if, let's just say, Jerome Powell decides not to cut, maybe hikes rates, the rates. I don't know. So it's definitely a kind of an interesting vibe that's out there right now, and I'm going to keep an eye on the big tech names today, just because I think they're going to have the biggest move, given that we've seen about anywhere from 3 to 5% pullback on a lot of these names. So I'm keeping an eye on NVIDIA, keeping an eye on AMD, keeping an eye on Tesla. I'd say the regular suspects. That said, Intuit did report, to Scott's point, not the greatest report per se. Um, Also going to see if there's any continuation on Walmart. I think that could be an interesting winner either way, just because I think if rates stay higher, great. That means more people are going to have to, like, they're going to have to rely on the consumer a bit more. So again, just trying to get ahead of the moves a little bit on the value names, and again, big tech. Given the ones that have been beaten up quite a bit, there could be some opportunity both directions, right? If there's a continuation to the downside, amazing, right? We'll take advantage of it. But I'm also going to be a little bit slow to the draw today, keeping an eye, what happens at 10, and keeping some powder dry to take advantage of the move. Because if we do bounce from here, I've seen some consolidations looking like maybe we're oversold. So if we're going to bounce, these are the levels. We talked about the levels yesterday, similar levels on the Qs today. Like, we literally just kind of went sideways. So we're watching 564.31 on the Qs for a foundational level to push higher. 566 being the next big step in the staircase. But to the downside, 562.65 is where I'll be keeping an eye on that break, where we actually maybe get a bigger cut down to 557. So that's the Qs. SPY 636.15. We're holding that level above that. That was an all-time high on the 24th of July. And if we break on the 23rd of July, that was 634.21. If you noticed yesterday, we barely tagged that and bounced yesterday. So definitely keep an eye on those levels. Again, worth noting, I do think that today is going to be a big day because everybody's worried about Jackson Hole, but it's also options expiration, and no one seems to be talking about that part. So there's going to be even more volatility than normal as well because of options expiration. So look, today, great opportunity as traders. Keep some powder dry to take advantage of the move. Let's be patient today. Trade safe. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to have a great day today. Again, all right, here we go. Looking forward to trading with everybody today and get started in about 4 minutes here. Again, we're going to get out of the gate here. Futures still higher. Dow futures up 163 now. NASDAQ futures up 32. Powell speaking, yes, at 10 a.m. And here's the thing you need to watch today. Again, we're going to be good for this first half hour. Watch him and listen to him speak, and then start to make up your mind, and watch this market. Do we continue on, or do we reverse and head lower off of what he's? There we go. Off of what he's talking about here. So we'll see. I don't know as if he's going to give us a peek into what they're thinking here. So as far as rate high or rate drop coming up here in September, I don't know. Maybe we hear a little bit of that. That would definitely spark the market. So I would say this: just be cautious, but also be ready to possibly go long this market and see maybe a run today, depending on what he says. Chances are he says nothing. So, but you never know.
Yeah, it's interesting at this point. It's like, hey, is it personal now between Jerome Powell and Donald Trump? I don't know, but who are we to say? We take advantage. But I will say some people were kind of speculating, if there's concerns about the labor market and they signal cut, that could be dovish for markets. But if it's a hawkish outlook, it could be, talking about inflation targeting framework or things of that nature. And if it's just talking about data dependency, then nothing, right? So I just find it fascinating that randomly yesterday we got a note that Trump's going to make a random announcement at noon. And what is it? I don't know. Sorry, Lee's asking a question. DBG, if you're holding a losing option that's about to expire today, what time today does it actually expire? Well, it depends. It's definitely after the close if it expires on a Friday. But if it's like a index one, they have sometimes at noon or 1 o'clock. It just depends on if you're out of the money, in the money, and how far out you are. So if it ends up, when they get to a 0 or 1 cent or 2 cents, it's better to just put a market order because it's pretty much done. But 99% of options expire worthless, and that's pretty common. It's the ones that are in the money or at the money that hold value. Cue the disclaimer. Obviously, do your own research from that perspective, but from a time perspective, it's most of them are evaporated by 1 or 2 o'clock. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, coming up on about a minute.
Yeah, Scott, I'm kind of where your head's at. On some of these key levels, it could make sense to pick up some AMD down at 160 or Nvidia down here at 170.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's been talking about the options expiration happening today, and I think that's the one that carries a lot of weight too. All right, guys, markets open here in a moment. You got 30 seconds?
Yeah, about 30 seconds left. Again, we're going to come out pretty hot to the upside here. I like the way that into INTU is making that little move higher here. Should be shorted today. We're going to see if we can get some in there. Again, stock is a big mover, so you got to be careful. But at the same time, I think we got a great chance here.
Yeah, I like JPM right now. It's a nice move pre-market.
JPM not on my radar, but it is now. Let's put it up here.
Tesla getting a push to 322 now.
Okay,
right out of the gate.
Open for the party.
Wow, look at that. Big sell-off on the Qs to start the day. Tesla pulling back sharply, 321. I'm interested in Tesla here short. I may nibble that and then hold it into the announcement, but wow, look at this. Big drop on the Qs, guys.
Let me see what that looks like. I don't know what the INTU spread is like.
Just, I'll be patient here. I'll be patient.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Spread is like what, $6, $5 on INTU. Wow. Okay, I'm going to take the WDAY under 217 here, posting it right here. WDAY short under 217. Stop to, I'll tighten it up, 218. 218.50 here, WDAY. We'll cover off at 214. Coming down pretty nice now. Look at that INTU. Gosh, I could have nailed that sucker. Huge spread though. Okay, come on. A little over 217 here. There's the 217. Flash it one more time. I did not get into this trade yet.
AMD bouncing here. I might get interested in AMD here, 162. I'm just, again, I'm not taking anything right now. I'm waiting a bit.
Watch the 217 here. WDAY. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. 217.60. I'm in the stock now. On the short side. Just hit me here. That was quick. I was quick on the trigger too, so I got it. 217.60. There's the confirmation right there.
321.50. I'm watching Tesla. Oh, nice move on AMD now.
UNH still pumping. It's got a good move today, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, but
it's good old Uncle Warren. He's at it again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 321.40. We got a nibble position on Tesla to the downside. So it's a nibble. If I'm wrong, I don't care. We'll give back a couple bucks. If I'm right, I will load the boat on that, but we'll see. It's kind of just starting a position until we get the news at 10.
Big time move now. WDAY. We'll take it. Listen, under 212, I'm going to pound this thing right now, but I've got to take a partial here. I've almost got 4 points made right out of the gate here on WDAY. This is going to be a nice trade. Did not step on it like I should have, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. That rearview mirror is easy to talk about here once it goes in your direction, right?
UNH not stopping the pump there. Only position I have right now is a small short position on Tesla. But look, I'm watching like BA right now, strong push. JPM is just kind of hanging out this 293 at the moment, which is fine. Everything's, I'd say, pretty flat at the moment. But we are under that 564.31 level on the Qs, which could change in a blink of an eye. So let's just, be patient. I'll do my best to kind of figure out line by line what Jay Powell's going to say today. Try to make sense of it, but.
Coming up at 10. I'm still in the WDAY trade here. Letting it melt down. I would say under the 213. And then if we catch a 212, break to the downside, we're going to be in tall cotton here. So let's just wait and see. Let's see what ROST looks like here. Very tempting here at that 150 mark. I think I'll pause and wait here. Here we go. Here's a break of 213 on WDAY, first trade of the day. Yeah, 217.60. We're over $4 on the way down here. As you say, you break 212, I'm going to load the boat here. I'm going to wait to see what happens at 212.
Okay, Q's
I'm
getting
big
above that
time loaded now.
564.
WDAY, 210 will be my cover. Break a 211 will be my cover. Break a 211 will be my cover. Go, baby, go. I love it. I absolutely love this. Break the 212 again. Looking at the bid at 212.
There's a big push on the Q's.
Look at us go. Look at us go. 211.30 now. Come on. Break 211. Once we break 211, I am going to cover. I am going to cover. We got 211.31 by 212. About 60-cent, 70-cent gap here.
Nice.
So hopefully we get we're dragging this thing down here. Watch the 211 break. Come on. Spread's starting to tighten. $212 now getting some support. I think I'm going to come out of here right now. I'm out 3/4 of the trade. Okay, and we'll let the last quarter here see if we can get the move lower. All right, first trade of the day, money maker, big time money maker.
Nice.
And now we'll just kind of wait and see where we go here.
I'm down like $50 on this Tesla trade, which is fine.
There goes that INTU. I don't think the, let me check the spread again here because I took it off.
I'm keeping an eye on the options chain for UNH right now.
Don't forget, we're up 350 points now on the Dow and 92 on the Nasdaq. So we're biased to the upside here. Shorts should be careful uh, right now, and especially going into this speech here. So um, keep the powder dry. Watch the short here on NVDA again, 174. I'm going to come into this trade. Here's your gap fill on NVDA. I think you said what, 97, 177. Well, you're right at the close. I think that's yesterday's close actually. So we'll see here what happens. I'm not jumping, chomping at the bit to get into the short here because I think there's, especially NVDA, you're going to get buyers in here. That's why you've got the Qs at the top now and firing. I mean, we're up 115, 114 right now. Yep, still in the WDAY trade with just a quarter. Yep, I'm going to stick to my guns at the 174. Like I said, I've got one great trade now on WDAY still working for me. Yeah, I'm just waiting on it. I'm waiting on the rollover here on NVDA. I mean, I can take it right now, this 174.50, but I'm going to wait. I'm not going to jump into this thing. 'Watch the entry. 174 break, we're in. 174 break, we're in. Watch NVDA. Tw- 12 cents to go here, NVDA. 12 cents to go. We're looking good now on the NVDA trade. We'll add at 173.50 break here. Add at 173.50 break. We're coming up on it right now. 10 cents to go. We'll go full share size. Target 173. May have to cut it a little bit quicker here with the Fed announcement or the Fed speak. No announcement. Maybe though. Who knows? Watch the break. 173.50. Yeah, and I'm going to be out of this NVDA trade. I'm out of NVDA. Quick. Watch the cues. We just spiked and broke out. Is there going to be a pop and drop, or is he going to continue the positive? Yeah, really. Yeah, got to get out of the way. Like that Nvidia was very quick to come out, but the right thing to do. May warrant interest rate cuts. That's the headline news, which is all good. So I'm totally flat now. I do not have a trade on here. Now we didn't. He didn't say we're gonna. He didn't say he's gonna make a rate cut. He just said that they're, that's forward thinking. Hmm.